Hello everybody, VikingsMan18 here, ready for another 24/7 episode. Last episode we finished off the Backlash pay-per-view storyline, and now we are entering a new storyline that involves ECW again, and we don't really know much more than that. Oh, and not to mention I am now the WWE Champion. I gotta face Sabu. We have to watch the first part of my entrance just to see that belt around my waist. Had the World Heavyweight title, but now I finally have the WWE title.
Vengeance has come and gone, and the road to Summerslam begins tonight. Hi, everybody, this is your barbecue-loving friend Jim Ross here with Jerry the King Lawler, and tonight, our champion takes on ECW.
I can't believe our general manager would allow extremely crappy wrestling to appear on Raw.
And from what we've read, the champion might agree with your assessment of ECW.
How could he not? They're second rate, and the champ's gonna prove it tonight.
Look at that, Jerry Lawler's on my side. First thing I want to do is get a weapon. Like always.
You're looking at one of the most dangerous men in sports entertainment.
Yeah, none of those ECW superstars have any respect for their opponents, or themselves for that matter.
Well, I hope the champion didn't bite off more than he could chew when he insulted ECW. He certainly hasn't had
Look at that belt.
experience in Extreme Rules hardcore matches as his opponent.
Come on, JR. This is our champion we're talking about. Have a little faith.
Walk with that belt like you're all that. 'Cause my guy is all that. Who knows how long we're going to hold this belt for? As you all know, if you've been watching this series through it all, I lost my World Heavyweight title to Undertaker in a Hell in a Cell match, where I got completely demolished. That wasn't very pretty.
This is Jim Ross here with Jerry the
But
King
nonetheless,
Lawler, and we welcome you to live
we are
Raw
going to keep
action
this title
from
for a little
Providence,
while
Rhode
longer.
Island.
Can you
Come on,
believe how
Sabu,
loud
get in
these
here.
fans are, JR? They know
Oh,
they're
yeah.
about to see the greatest superstars in sports entertainment.
God,
You're not
get
wrong,
up,
King.
smack to the head,
All
get up, smack to the head.
superstars never fail to impress, and I can't wait to get started.
There's the reversal.
Oh! Thanks for getting the sledgehammer.
My God, a thunderous blow from that sledgehammer.
Man, talk about getting hammered.
I don't think I've ever seen a superstar as intense as the suicidal, homicidal, genocidal.
Here's the cover, JR. He's bringing the hammer down, JR.
He sure is, and the longer he holds that sledgehammer, he must be looking for a weapon of some kind.
Come on.
I think it's pretty obvious which way this one's going to go, JR.
Well, and what a slobber knocker.
Thanks for getting the chair.
With that
Uh-oh.
sledgehammer.
That'll rearrange your facial features for sure, JR.
What a vicious chair shot.
That chair was never meant to be used like that, JR. This has gone beyond.
I was going to try to steal his finisher, but
These superstars genuinely.
I don't know his finisher, to be honest.
No love lost between these competitors, that's for sure. It looks
Hopefully
like
this ends it.
He's a 3 count away from a pinfall.
Wow. Fine.
Can you believe we...
Good grief! I don't care how tough you are.
There he goes, JR. He's been busted open. Look at all of that blood.
Would you at least try and not sound so gleeful, King? This is serious.
You're darn right it's serious, JR. It's deadly serious. All's fair in love and war, and this is definitely
This has to end it.
Sabu is one of the most dangerous human beings. And there's the cover. 1, 2.
There we go.
Say what you will about
That's what we needed.
Man, let me tell you, it looks like the champ may have come off the worse for wear here.
I hope that leg isn't seriously injured.
We won't know until he gets it checked out, but I sincerely hope not.
And if it is, we've got ECW to blame for injuring our champion.
All the more reason for Raw to have nothing to do with them from now on.
What are you talking about? This looks like the opening shot in a war to me.
So apparently the ECW guy hurt me. Whatever. Hey there, champ. Our friendly neighborhood orthopedist just contacted me, and I wanted to let you know that the x-rays on your foot came back, and as we expected, it's nothing more than a slight sprain. You should fully recover in a matter of mere days. You got lucky, though. That sprain could just as easily have been worse, or even a break. A minor league operation. ECW extremist Tommy Dreamer repeats, this so-called minor league operation almost took out Raw's WWE champion. Our guy messed him up pretty bad out there. He got off easy compared to what he could have done, and he's lucky he's escaped. Dreamer is referring, of course, to Frank's match with Sabu, one of the most extreme ECW superstars in the brand's history. Maybe now Frank will have a little bit of respect for ECW because I don't think he could cut it here, Dreamer added. If not, I have a whole locker room full of extremists who will beat some more respect into him, champion or no champion. Okay. Whatever, Dreamer. Oh wow, nothing. Let's check our health. No injuries, that's nice. Look at all the injuries I've had. Oh crap, we're in France. Well, we were in France, I guess.
I've got to admit, champ, I'm a little nervous about you challenging ECW to come to Raw the way you have. The last thing I want is a bunch of filthy extremists running wild on my show. I trust you'll be able to maintain order.
Maybe. Maybe not. ECW's Tommy Dreamer recently called Frank's health into question, claiming that the Raw superstar was injured at the hands of fellow extremist Sabu. Now the WWE champion is responding, claiming that he has proof to the contrary. It's a sprain. I have the x-rays back from the doctors and it's nothing really, said Frank. Adding controversy to Dreamer's assertions, Frank added, and if that's the worst that the homicidal, suicidal, genocidal Sabu can do, then all I can say is that he's overrated. I'm still standing despite everything they said they'd do. Frank also issued a challenge to the ECW roster. They know where to find me, he said. If any extremist wants to try me again on Raw, I'm not afraid of these guys. Cool. So now we're challenging ECW. Again. Why are my dogs barking? Okay. I have unread messages, of course. I'm at the top of the 25 again. Hey there, champ. Just wanted you to know that I'm accepting your little challenge on behalf of ECW, and I'm sure you'll have no problem making it a tables match. If you do, maybe you're not as extreme as you like to think. A tables match? Oh, no, don't quit. How does a How do you put somebody through a table in this? Is there any controls I gotta know? Why am I even asking? Because I'm gonna have to figure it out. I guess maybe I just throw them on there and then... Like, I know how tables match work. I'm just trying to figure out what I have to do to get a guy onto a table or something.
Welcome to Monday Night Raw, everybody. We're entering week 2 of the Raw ECW rivalry. Boomer Sooner, everybody. Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler at ringside. And it sounds like our champion wants another piece of ECW.
Well, after the way he limped away from last week's match, his pride is on the line.
He narrowly avoided serious injury last week. I hope his luck holds.
It's a risk, but he's our champion, and he's got to stand up for Raw.
Randy Orton was watching me.
He's taken exception to our champion's comments about ECW, and he's determined to beat some respect into him tonight.
And as much as I hate to admit it, this is his kind of match, a table match.
The champ hasn't been shy about expressing his opinions, but he hasn't ducked the challenge either.
There's nothing wrong with running your mouth, as long as you can back it up, JR.
Okay, let's try to figure this all out. Let's go get a table.
You can look at any professional sport you want, JR. Oh my gosh, not the table!
Boy, somebody's going to be picking splinters out of their gums after this one.
Oh no, I didn't want to do that.
Any superstar shows the slightest hint of weakness, they've lost the match.
That's for sure. No matter how big...
Oh no, this is terrible.
I'm trying to set the table up in the corner.
Kind of momentum.
Well, all I can say is someone's been eating their vitamins and saying their
No,
prayers.
God, I keep running at the stupid rope. God dang it. Get down.
I think I figured out why these fans love the Sandman. He's a fierce, willing idiot, just like most of them.
Now that's extremely disrespectful. Not just to the WWE fans,
How do I lean it?
but to the Sandman as well.
Screw it.
Cry me a river. If Sandman wants to do something about it, he can bring that Singapore cane.
Look at him feeding off the energy from this capacity crowd. He's unstoppable.
You can't ever count on these fans, JR. They're fickle, and they'll abandon you in a heartbeat.
God dang it. Oh, that should have broke the table. Come on.
I get exhausted just watching these superstars compete. And that table's about the last thing you want to get hit with.
I guess it's better than being put through the table, but not much.
Oh no, stupid ref.
I've got no earthly idea how these superstars
Come on, get up there quickly.
maintain this intent.
Climbing up the turnbuckle is advantage.
Oh, you punk.
It's all the ways you could come down that hurt.
That went nowhere.
You talk about ruthless aggression.
What the heck? I threw him
These
onto the
superstars have been
table.
Going after each other.
They're not playing with kid gloves, that's for sure.
Oh no! I don't like the looks of this.
He's got the fans behind him, King, and my God, let me tell you, when a wooden table meets flesh and bone, the table wins.
It's a deadly weapon for sure, JR.
God dang it.
What does he think he's doing? He's just showing off for the crowd now.
He's wrestling the match his way. And I think it's going to pay off, mark my words.
Where the heck
Sounds
the
like
table
this
go?
crowd's got something on their minds, King.
Who cares about them, JR? Look what's going on in the ring. After some of the things...
I hate you, Sandman. Don't move the table.
To be on the receiving end.
I don't think his opponent's got a hope of hurting him now.
Oh, of course he gets up. And he's gonna move the table. God dang it.
These superstars to their careers.
No question about it, King. Every superstar on the roster has had to make more sacrifices than any other professional athlete I know.
It really is like being married to your career. There's not much room for anything else.
And marriage.
I'm trying to throw him to the
says
corner.
that You happen to be something of an authority.
Thank you.
Is that right, King?
Come on now, JR. A man doesn't know what true happiness is, and
I don't think he's climbing up there for the
What?
victory.
Oh my god.
The Sandman might not be to everyone's liking, but you have to respect the man's accomplishments in ECW.
I don't see how anyone can admire the Sandman. He's a foul-mouthed, beer-swilling, blue-collar redneck.
Well, if you put it that way, he actually sounds like a good friend of mine.
Sandman's got this reputation as a dangerous competitor. But if you take that Singapore cane away from him, he's nothing.
I wouldn't say that. The Sandman might not have much in the way of an amateur.
Oh my gosh, stop reversing everything.
Job done with his bare hands.
Come on. I hate this match already.
Man, is there even going to be anything left of these superstars by the time they're done?
Not if they have their way, King. Everything they came in here with tonight is going to be left in that ring, mark my words.
I hope these fans appreciate it, JR. These superstars are putting it all on the line for them right here tonight.
These superstars are going to put each other through wrestling hell tonight.
They've already got a pretty good start on that, JR.
Why is he reversing
I don't
everything?
think there's an ounce. Oh boy.
So
The adrenaline
annoying.
is pumping. I think this could be the beginning of the end.
No, it can't end like this. Come on, do something quick.
Crowd, I know you want tables. I can hear you for the 50 billionth time.
I think it's pretty
Good
obvious
God.
which way this one's going to go, JR.
What?
Well,
You see
from my
that BS?
perspective, This is still anybody's match.
Come on, come over here.
I'd like to see things from your perspective, JR, but I'd have to get my
And he reverses.
first.
And Lord knows it's been up there for so long.
Oh my god, I
that
hate
would
this
be
dude so
no
much.
easy feat.
Come on. Come on.
And there's a little something for the crowd. The best superstars never ignore their fans.
The best superstars also finish off their opponents instead of giving them time to recover.
I think this crowd has decided to exit. He's going up. This could backfire.
Why is it not breaking when I jump on him?
This capacity crowd is
Like, seriously.
behind their superstar. Look at this.
Wow, could you be any more biased, JR? How about some fair and balanced commentary?
I stole his finisher.
Look at this. You talk about a house of fire. You're seeing it right here.
Yeah? Well, somebody better put out that fire, or this one's not going to end well.
These superstars are in terrific shape, and that comes as no surprise whatsoever.
No kidding. If you don't have that conditioning, you're not going to last long in a match.
You sure aren't. And that's only one of the many reasons I try to stay out of the
Stop
ring
reversing
whenever
everything, for the
possible.
love of God. And how about you throw the person the way I want you to?
This is Raw action. at
Oh, what a
its
shocker.
finest. That's why Raw is the #1 brand of sports entertainment.
You got that right, JR. You're not going to see this kind of action on SmackDown.
Not
Dude,
on
I'm gonna be so
SmackDown
pissed if he ends up
or
putting me through a
anywhere
table in like 2 tries.
There's nothing else out there that can come close to the excitement of seeing the Raw superstars
Seriously?
perform live.
This has gone beyond just being a match, JR. I think these superstars genuinely hate each other.
There's no love lost between these competitors, that's for sure. If looks could kill, somebody would be pushing up daisies right now.
And you've got to admit, that makes for a much more interesting match, JR.
It sure does. But I just
Oh my god, table break.
can settle their differences in the ring and leave it at that. I'll be honest with you, King. This is not the way I thought this match would go at all.
Me neither, JR. I guess that just goes to show that anything can happen in the WWE. Oh, sure. Now the fans
Why can't I break the
cheer for
table?
him. Now that he's in the driver's seat.
Come on, King. He's had the crowd behind him all match, and now it's paying off.
Of course, my finisher goes away really fast.
Well, from the looks of things, it's not hard to tell how this one's gonna go.
What are you talking about, King? I think this is still an extremely competitive match that could go either way.
You know, JR, it's obvious that the only exercise you get is stretching the truth or jumping to conclusions.
Well, judging from the tape I'm in, I don't appear to be doing too much of either, King. You're looking pretty fit, though, I must say. The Sandman is an ECW original, and in many ways is the perfect representation of that brand.
Yeah, illiterate, unwashed, and violent.
Well, I was going to say hardcore and passionate.
God, this match is gonna go on forever because I cannot put him through a freaking table.
I've got some history with ECW. We'll just leave it at that.
Well, you can't ever...
He reversed it. I don't
Come
think
on,
these
break, for the
superstars
love
have
of
even
God.
contemplated the fact that they might lose.
I'm sure they have. That's not the kind of attitude you come in with and expect...
Dude, this match is seriously gonna go on like
Right about
forever.
that, JR. If you can't see
'Cause the
yourself having
freaking
your arm
table
raised
will
by the
not
referee
break.
when it's over, don't bother showing up.
I have no idea how many times I'm supposed to throw him into it.
How do you think this one's gonna turn out,
Like,
JR?
seriously.
Honestly, King, I have absolutely no idea. Anything can happen here in the WWE.
But you've got to have a guess, right?
I might, but I'd rather keep it to myself if it's all the same to you, King. And it's been reversed.
I tell you, JR, this one has the potential to be a match of the year candidate.
No doubt about it, King. As far as I'm concerned, any WWE match has that potential. Everyone on the roster...
God dang, he reverses so much.
I think these superstars have a legitimate beef with each other, JR.
So do I, King. I'm not so sure their issues with each other are going to be solved with one match.
I hope not. I'd love to see them go at it again and again.
Oh my! Looks like someone's been busted wide open.
Yup, he gets his finisher now.
You're right. It's not good. It's great. They're not holding anything back.
We knew these superstars weren't going to be easy on each other, but this is too much. This match is going to continue.
Come on, man.
Someone's completely debilitated. And considering the resiliency of these superstars...
Oh my God.
That's for sure. No one in this match is going down without a fight.
And
Is this just gonna keep going on like this?
From them, King. Like them or not, you've got to respect the tenacity of
Still
each and
nothing.
every WWE superstar.
Obviously, this isn't gonna
The
work
biggest
normally.
mistake you can make with the Sandman is to underestimate
For whatever reason, the table is not breaking. I have no idea.
strategic minds of any competitor I've seen.
But whatever it is, it's annoying as hell.
The guy drinks a beer and busts himself open before the match even starts.
I'm sure these
It's not the way I wanted to throw you, for the love of God.
This match would be over by now if they hadn't, JR. You never get into the ring
What?
without doing your homework.
That would be a recipe for disaster for sure, King.
These superstars, he's going up. But what's he gonna do when he gets there?
Oh my god.
You think
That's a short climb, but a potentially long
Why is it not
fall.
breaking?
Oh boy, these top rope moves.
Seriously, what the hell am I doing different, like wrong? Why can I not climb the thing?
What an incredible performance.
Uh-oh. Come on. You gotta stop this guy before he really gets going.
I don't think that's going to happen, King. He's built up too much momentum to be stopped now.
Like, I seriously have no idea what's going on. These tables are refusing to break.
Going, JR. I don't think we're very far from the end of the match.
I disagree entirely, King. I bet my Oklahoma
Yes, 'cause
Summer
that's
ass
definitely what I
this
wanted to
one
do.
Isn't even close to being over.
That's a pretty big bet, JR. Are you sure you're able to cover it? These superstars are gonna tear each other apart.
That's exactly what the fans paid to see, King, and they're not going to go home disappointed.
The intensity of these superstars is unbelievable.
No doubt about that, King. The fans are getting their money's worth here tonight. You've got to ask yourself, how much punishment will these superstars be able to withstand tonight?
I don't know, JR, but I think they're pretty intent on finding out.
They certainly are. I don't know how it's going to end, but I can guarantee you.
How do I end this damn match? I'm seriously like about to give up.
Last time I saw superstars this fired up, I don't think they've even considered the possibility that they might not win this thing.
There's an awful lot of pride on the line here, King. No one in that ring wants to have to go back to the locker room as a loser.
Can you believe we actually get paid to do this job, JR?
It's like a dream come true, King. Except when I have to sit here and listen to you drool over the deep.
Come on, JR. You know I'm helpless when it comes to puppies.
Oh, I know, King. And that's why I'm bringing a pitcher of ice water out here with me next time. You're putting a lot on the line when you climb that turnbuckle.
Oh boy, this looks like an all-or-nothing move. I don't think these superstars have any intention of taking it easy on each other tonight.
That's not what they signed up for, King. And quite frankly, I think these fans would be disappointed if they didn't go all out.
Well, that's easy for the fans to say. They've never set foot inside that ring.
No, but they spend their hard-earned dollars to watch what goes on inside it. And without them, we'd all be out of a job.
Did you ever think you'd be watching these superstars compete against each other here tonight, JR?
I had a feeling their paths are going to cross sooner or later, and I'm glad I'm here to see it.
Me too. It almost makes it worth having to sit next to you and listen to those corny expressions of yours. What the heck is a government mule anyway?
It's what you get beat. He damn near broke his opponent in half.
Finally.
Along with the table.
Is that what I was supposed to do the whole time? Seriously, use a finisher on it? Oh my god, that was a big waste of time.
He might be heading back to ECW with a concussion.
Serves it right. Trying to embarrass Raw's champion like that.
Well, I hate to see an injury happen to any superstar, or extreme for that matter.
Well, now there's no question that Raw can get extreme with the best of them.
That's for sure. That was a slobber knocker of a match, and I'm just glad our champion seems to have escaped injury.
And that should convince...
Oops.
ECW nonsense is behind us, and we can get down to business, namely finding you a #1 contender for SummerSlam. I've got my eye on a few superstars, and I'll keep
Yeah,
you
like I'm sure the
posted.
ECW thing is just gonna be done. So who really is the most extreme? After responding to Frank's open challenge last week, Sandman found himself on the receiving end of a beating of his own, resulting in a possible concussion after the two cross-branch superstars faced off in a tables match. Who's the extreme one now, huh? Lots of talk, and the only thing extreme about Sandman is how extremely lucky he was to leave the ring under his own power when I was done with him, said WWE Champion Frank. I've said it before and I'll say it again, minor leagues. In a terse reply, Tommy Dreamer said only that Sandman's injury was not severe, it looked a lot worse than it was, and I promise that Frank has not seen the last of ECW. When asked, he declined to follow up on his statement. And like I said, it wasn't going to be over that easily. We'll do what the doctor said and do an R&R. I got to thinking about who'd be a worthy challenger for your WWE Championship. With the heat that Orton managed to generate with his recent interview, he said you were afraid of the Raw roster. You know, I think he's the perfect choice to be the #1 contender. I want to see how he looks against you, so you're going to have a non-title match with him this week on Raw. So I gotta face Orton. Listen, I don't know what you've gotten yourself into, but I'm a little nervous here. Frankly, if you want to get beat up, that's your problem, but I don't want you to stand up and watch Raw or the legacy of the WWE Championship get ruined on account of your ego. I got an email from Dreamer and all he wrote was, prepare to be taken to the extreme. Be careful, coach.
Hey there, champ. I hope you're ready for the beating of a lifetime tonight. You'd better be, because what I do to you tonight is nothing compared to what I'm gonna do to you at SummerSlam.
Sure. Okay, this is probably going to be the last week we do. That tables match took a lot longer than what I was hoping it would.
Welcome to Raw, everybody. We're less than 2 months from SummerSlam. Hello again, everybody. I'm good old JR Jim Ross alongside the Hall of Famer Jerry the King Lawler at ringside. And tonight, the champion faces his potential challenger.
And that's going to be a great match. But I'm just glad we're over that ECW nonsense.
One can only hope so, King. The champ should be focused on his title defense.
Absolutely. His challenger's no pushover, and you'll see that tonight.
So I'm assuming ECW is going to get involved. Actually, I can guarantee ECW is going to get involved.
This is his chance to earn himself a #1 contender spot at SummerSlam, one of the biggest pay-per-views of the year.
Yeah, and we need a huge main event. SummerSlam's a cross-brand pay-per-view, and Raw has to prove that we're superior to SmackDown.
Uh-oh. Something's about to happen. Ow.
What the hell is this?
Ow.
That ECW piece of trash is back, and he's assaulting the champ.
This is downright unforgivable. He's got no
That
reason
hurts.
in the world to be out here.
Look out! There's another one. This is awful, JR.
This is gonna bust me open.
And everything that's good,
Oh.
somebody get out here and stop this.
I don't know, JR. I think the damage might have been done.
Well, that looks rather painful. Now I just got to start with my body being orange.
I don't think he's climbing up there for the view.
Sandman, get the hell out of here.
Terrible. There's no room for error when you're on the top rope.
I'm so sick of you. Like, I don't even want to mess with you right now.
He countered that and made it look easy.
Uh-oh. Come on. You got to stop this guy before he really gets going.
I don't think that's going to happen, King. He's built up too much momentum to be stopped now.
He countered that one perfectly.
Whoa. Oh, crap.
These fans love confidence.
He went after Randy.
And that's just what they're seeing from him here tonight.
Well, he can do this until the cows come home, but that's not going to win him the match.
This is a risky move. It could prove to be disastrous. Look at this.
Look, climbing up the turnbuckle isn't bad. It's all the ways you could come down that hurt. Oh, no.
Oh.
I don't like the looks of this.
Freaking Sandman did a move. And it caused me to lose all my bar. Because I jumped off thinking he just moved him.
Oh boy, this looks like an all or nothing move.
He's all fired up now, King. And I'd hate to be on the receiving end.
I don't think his opponent, I don't believe it. He just stole his opponent's finishing move.
I RKO'd him and now I'm going to sweet chin music him.
Randy Orton is a genius, JR. As soon as he got what he needed from Triple H and Ric Flair, he turned on him and struck out on his opponent.
Looks like he's trying for a pin here. 2,
Nice.
3.
Did you ever think you'd be watching?
Oh, God.
Man, the champion is in a bad way. He's going to need some medical assistance.
What was he thinking? Trying to compete after that ECW ambush.
He's a proud man, Jerry, and I'm afraid his pride got the better of him.
You've got to pick your battles, especially when you're the champion.
I just hope his injuries are less severe than they appear to be.
Yeah, if he's hurt badly, he might have to forfeit the championship.
Oh, I ain't forfeiting no freaking championship.
Word in the locker room is that you're not seriously injured, so that means you've got no reason not to work with me to get rid of ECW. I'd rather fight against you than with you, but it's obvious that that's not going to happen until we take care of ECW.
Okay, so he wants to team up and get rid of all of ECW. For the second time in recent weeks, WWE Champion Frank has narrowly avoided serious injury at the hands of ECW extremists. In what was scheduled to be a one-on-one non-title match between Raw's WWE Champion Frank and Randy Orton, ECW Sandman and Sabu involved themselves before the contest, jumping Frank and injuring him before the bell. And now, Frank isn't the only one upset about the course of events. That was my chance to show that I'm the legitimate #1 contender to the championship, Orton angrily stated. With ECW's interference, this was ruined. Apparently, Orton is ready to jump into the scrum with ECW as well. They gotta be taken care of. ECW has to be dealt with once and for all. Fatigue is low. Popularity is kinda low. So I'll do a trophy date. You got us into quite a mess here, but I'm not going to let Raw back down. I'm going to make a very public challenge to ECW that I know Dreamer's ego won't let him ignore. You'd be as healthy as you say you are, because this is going to be brutal, extremely brutal. Be strong, coach. What's this? Raw executive assistant Jonathan Coachman wasting no time at a recent press conference and extending another challenge to ECW. It's time to throw down the gauntlet and make them put up or shut up, Coachman declared. Provided that they have the guts to show up at Raw, Sandman and Sabu are cordially invited to take on Frank and Orton in a hardcore tag match. The only stipulation is that once the match is over, ECW agrees to stay off Raw from now on. GM Coachman's challenge is in response to ECW's recent altercations with Raw, during which WWE Champion was twice slightly injured. Orton has also stated that he feels ECW's interference in this match with Frank compromised the integrity of his number one contender status. At last word, GM Coachman was awaiting a response from ECW. Let's save. Okay, you know what? Real quickly, we'll do this Raw. And then that'll be the last one. Oh my god. I'm at the top of the 25. I'm at the top again. We're going to get this thing with ECW done right, but I need you to know that you still need to be careful even though the match is all set. Your number one contender match with Orton may have been ruined, but I still plan on announcing him as the number one contender after your hardcore tag match with ECW. I can't afford to have either of my top superstars injured before SummerSlam.
Hey, don't get too comfortable with this whole partner situation. After I carry you through this match and we send ECW home in the back of an ambulance, I'm coming after you and that championship.
Whatever. I'll admit it, you rung my bell a couple weeks ago, but I'm the guy responsible for getting stretchered out of the arena last week. Remember that? Yeah, Raw isn't in ECW's league, and you're going to find out the hard way this week. Break a leg, Sandman. Okay, let's do this match real quickly.
We are just 6 weeks away from SummerSlam. Hi, everybody. I'm your barbecue-loving friend, good old JR Jim Ross, here with Jerry the King Lawler. And tonight, hopefully, Raw will solve its ECW problem once and for all.
I hope so. ECW's not even in Raw's league, and all the cheap shots in the world won't change that.
No, but they could sure do some serious damage to our champion.
That's why he's got backup. There's no way ECW's leaving here in one piece.
Okay.
The Raw ECW rivalry started with this man, and I hope it will end with this man.
And I hope it will end this man, period. He should be in a padded cell, not a WWE ring.
I have to agree with the King on that one. Sabu is one crazy man. I wonder how he's doing today. I know he had drug problems.
He's been extremely vocal about his criticism of Raw's champion, and that's to be expected. Nothing matters more to him than ECW.
Then he should get ready for his heart to get broken tonight, along with a few other parts.
Sandman, I have no idea what's going on with him.
There's more than just a cross-brand rivalry going on here tonight. This is the likely number one contender, and he's partnered with the champion.
Well, if the champ doesn't make it to SummerSlam, who knows what will happen with the title? This partnership is in his best interest.
So I guess once we get rid of ECW, Orton I'll be facing at SummerSlam.
Tonight, he's representing Raw and defending it against ECW. But he's going to have to defend his championship at SummerSlam.
That's more than a month away, JR. He's got to focus on getting through tonight first.
Hey, you took my weapon.
He must be looking for a weapon of some kind. vicious chair shot.
That chair was never meant to be used like that, JR.
Yo, hit him.
Randy Orton is a genius.
Oh,
man.
my lord.
Did you hear that chair shot, JR?
Thank you.
I'd be surprised if there was a single person in this arena who didn't, King. Good grief. I don't care how tough you are. A chair shot is a chair shot.
And you can't take too many of those and expect to continue.
Okay, I can pin.
We could be looking at a pinfall here,
One,
folks.
two. He turned the table.
Good Lord, what an impact. The referee is down, and now there's no one to maintain order in this match.
Where do they find these referees, JR? They seem to be awfully fragile. After some of the things
Oh, I don't want to go in.
JR, I think we'd better remind the folks at home not to try this stuff themselves.
I think someone's looking for a weapon under the ring. This could get
Come on, Sabu, get out of here.
Say what you will about Sabu. I don't think I've ever seen a performer who takes his opponents to the extreme like he did.
You say that like it's a good thing. Sabu's a menace. He should be locked up.
I don't even know if my finisher worked.
I tell you, King, sometimes I get exhausted just watching these superstars compete.
I know what you mean, JR. I don't think most people appreciate what incredible...
What a shot! You can't take too many of those and expect to stay in this.
I don't even want to think about what that feels like, JR.
And there's the cover.
1, 2,
Nice.
3. You gotta respect the commitment and the dedication of...
Whether you're a Raw fan, ECW fan, or a Ceiling fan, you gotta admit, folks, that was a slobber knocker.
And hopefully, that's the last we'll see of ECW on Raw.
I hope so, King. I'm not sure how many more times Raw and ECW could clash without somebody getting seriously injured.
They sure don't do anything halfway, do they?
No, they don't. And now the champion can turn his attention to Summerslam.
And the next time he's in the ring with his partner, it might be for the championship.
For some reason, I find it highly doubtful that the ECW thing's over. Holy crap, look at this locker room. Oh, man. I got a plasma. Oh, look at that perfect picture. Right above the sofa, I got my favorite wrestler giving sweet chin music to somebody. Who is that person? I do not know. Looks like it could be Randy Orton. I don't know. As you know, Orton is the #1 contender to your WWE Championship at SummerSlam this year. I want to get people talking about and generate some buzz for the match, so I'm putting the two of you in the ring with Jeff Hardy in a triple threat match. It'll be a good chance to show the world what you got, so get ready, hang tough, coach. WWE superstars from all brands are gearing up to show that the weather isn't the only thing that will be heating up as SummerSlam nears. WWE superstars from all brands will participate in the annual event, which originates this year from New York City, a location that has been home to many great memories in WWE history. This is the most exciting city in the world with the most exciting performers in the world, and SmackDown and ECW will be there too. Who could ask for more? Asked Raw's executive assistant Jonathan Coachman. As each brand seeks to prove its dominance at this cross-branded event, SmackDown General Manager Teddy Long disagrees with Coachman. Everyone knows that SmackDown is the dominant brand, and as always, we're ready to prove it. Added to this mix is the upstart ECW brand seeking to make waves with its unusual hardcore style and attitude only in the WWE. Interesting. Let's do an autograph sign. We'll probably get one. Yep, 1 popularity. Woohoo!
I'm sure you've heard the rumors of some sort of SmackDown invasion this week. You and I both know they don't have the guts to try anything. But just in case, watch your back.
Which means they will get involved. Just when Raw thought it was safe from invading brands, rumors have started to swirl that SmackDown is planning some sort of activity with its Monday night rival. I don't know how long these things get started, said GM Long. I don't know who said what or when, but talk is cheap, dog. It's not true. Besides, what would be the point? SmackDown is the dominant brand, everyone knows it, and it wouldn't accomplish anything because we're already on top. Still, the rumors have superstars in the Raw locker room on edge. We're keeping our eyes open, let's just say that, playa, said Raw executive assistant coachman. I thought we just finished with this sort of thing, but we're all looking out for each other just in case. Well, ain't that just perfect?
Listen, we've all heard these SmackDown invasion rumors, but if I were you, I'd worry more about what I'm gonna do to you in the ring this week.
Okay. Okay, Power 25, we're number 1, very nice. And that is going to be this episode, guys. I was actually hoping to have more weeks involved in this episode, but that tables match kind of messed me up. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more Raws until SummerSlam. So the next episode will most likely include SummerSlam, I'm assuming. But until then, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll be seeing you guys for more later. Have a good day, guys.